Part 2, Desolate Guard. 30 years. Bujin could no longer count how many winters he had endured. He lived in a half-collapsed hut on the edge of the former Qinghe North Alliance site. Winter was the worst. Wind seeped through the cracks sharper than a knife. He would wrap himself in that tattered sheepskin coat, huddle in the corner, and stay perfectly still. Qinghe had long been empty. After the city fell, the Khitans did not stay. Later, refugees tried to return, but Dragon Tiger Stronghold came more often, raiding every few days, taking everything they could carry, burning what they could not. The refugees left cursing, never to return. Only Bujin remained. He did the same thing every day. Woke at dawn, went to the wilds outside the city to dig wild herbs. On lucky days he caught a hare, more often, nothing. He washed the herbs, boiled them in mountain spring water, no salt at all. After eating, he walked around the wall ruins, watching for anyone passing by. No one ever came. 30 years. Not a single person. At night, he lit an oil lamp. That bean-sized flame was his only companion. He took out that piece of paper, reading those 8 characters over and over. Every inch of mountains and rivers, to the death, unyielding. The writing had faded, ink eroded by sweat and dampness, broken and discontinuous. But he knew those 8 characters by heart without looking. General Lai Yan's handwriting. 2. In the autumn of the 30th year, someone came. Bujin was digging wild herbs in the wall ruins. He moved slowly, bent over, bones protruding one by one along his spine. 30 years of bitter cold and hunger had worn him down to dry kindling, ready to fall apart at a gust of wind. But his eyes still burned bright. A figure walked up the northern path, carrying a knife on his back, steps slow and heavy. He wore dusty plain cloth, hair white at the temples, face deeply wrinkled. His age was unreadable, 50, 60, maybe 70. Bujin did not move. He just squatted there, holding his short herb-digging knife, eyes fixed on the man. The man stopped before the wall ruins. He looked up at the walls, then down at the ground, and finally fixed his gaze on Bujin. The two stared at each other for a long time.
"You are a descendant of the Lai clan?" The man spoke, voice rough as 2 stones grinding together. Bujin did not answer. He stood slowly, still gripping the knife, not lowering it. "My name is Bumi," the man said, "General Lai Yan's sworn brother. One of those who defended King He." Bujin's hand trembled. The general said, "You would be rescued." The general sealed the tunnel entrance, trapping me and the others inside. We escaped through another route. The general told me to wait for you. I know. I waited 30 years.
Bumi said nothing. He just stood there, wind lifting his white hair, revealing equally white temples.
"Where is the general?"
Bujin pulled the crumpled paper from his chest. He unfolded it and held it out. Bumi took it and stared for a long time. Every inch of mountains and rivers, to the death, unyielding. He whispered, light as a feather falling to the ground. He handed the paper back to Bujin, then turned, facing north, toward the long-collapsed city, toward the ruins where he would never find General Lai Yan.
"General," he murmured, "Bumi is late."
Wind swept the ruins, raising a cloud of dust. Bujin stood beside him, silent. The two stood there, for a very long time. 3. Bumi settled in Qinghe. He did not leave. Bujin did not chase him away. They lived in the same broken hut, each in his own corner, eating his own meal. Bujin's wild herbs were not enough for 2, so Bumi hunted every day. His blade was still as precise as ever, hares, pheasants, occasionally wild boar. Prey grew more plentiful each day. One day, Bumi brought back a hare. They built a fire and roasted it, the aroma drifting far. Lai Bujin ate quickly, gnawing every bone clean, then suddenly said.
I waited 30 years for you. I know. The general waited 3 days for you. 3 days was enough. Why did you take decades?
Lai Bumi fell silent.
I was looking for something. What? The general left a retreat route. A tunnel leading to a secret chamber, holding the fire of the Yanbei alliance. Rosters, military tactics, and the general's final letter. The general said it would be needed someday. For what? I don't know. He didn't have time to say. But the general would not leave a path for nothing.
Lai Bujin asked no more. He just stoked the fire higher, letting the light reach farther. 4. It took them 3 years to find the tunnel. The entrance lay deep in the wall ruins, hidden under rocks and weeds. Lai Bujin had long known something was down there. He had lived here 33 years, stepped on every inch of earth. But he had never gone in. He was waiting for Lai Bumi.
Why not enter? The general told me to wait for you. If you didn't say go in, I wouldn't. The general told you to wait for me. That wasn't the same as telling me to wait for the chamber. It's the same. It's not.
Lai Bumi knelt and moved the rocks aside one by one. His movements were slow, like performing a long ritual. After 3 days, the stones were cleared. The entrance revealed itself, a dark, damp hole exuding cold air.
I'll go down. I'm coming too. No. If there are traps inside and you get hurt, who will look after me?
Lai Bujin did not argue. He knew Lai Bumi was right. He was old, his legs not as they were, reactions slower.
I'll be back soon. He climbed down, the torchlight vanishing into darkness.
Lai Bujin guarded the entrance. He waited all night. At dawn, Lai Bumi did not return. The second day, still no return. The third day, the fourth day. Lai Bujin could wait no longer. He took a torch and his short knife, and climbed into the hole himself. The tunnel was long, dark, and thin in air. Lai Bujin followed the blade marks on the walls, walking for a very long time. He found Lai Bumi. Lai Bumi lay at the tunnel's end, back against a broken wall, covered in blood. A deep gash tore his abdomen, as if sliced by a sharp blade, blood already drained. But he was still alive.
You came. He opened his eyes and smiled. Who did this? Dragon Tiger stronghold. They laid an ambush in the chamber. I was careless. Lai Bujin knelt and reached to help him. Don't move. I can't walk anymore. I'll carry you out. No, listen to me. The chamber holds the general's remains. And the letter. I got it. Get out first. You get it for me. I owe the general this. What you owe, you repay yourself. I'm carrying you out. Lai Bumi stared at him, tears glistening in his cloudy eyes. You can't get out. You can. I can't. His hand slipped from Lai Bujin's wrist, falling limp to the ground. Then I'll stay with you. Get out. You are of the Lai clan. You must live. I'm the last of the Lais, and so are you. That's why you must live. What about you?
Lai Bumi did not answer. His eyes slowly closed. Lai Bujin sat beside him for a long time. The tunnel was silent, save for the faint crackle of the torch. At last, Lai Bujin stood. He lifted Lai Bumi and propped him against the wall so he could sit upright. Then he knelt and kowtowed 3 times.
I will come back. Then he turned and walked toward the secret chamber.